de-influencing you in the Sephora sale. These are products that I don't recommend getting. Every single one of these products is from a brand that I love, and I do recommend getting their products, but I don't recommend these specific products. The Huda Beauty Easy Bake Press Powder. This is the complete opposite of their loose powder. So if you like the loose powder, you probably wouldn't like this. The loose powder is blurring and filtering. It's more of a radiant powder, and I feel like it really just doesn't do much. It doesn't set my face. It doesn't blur out the skin. If anything, it's like emphasizing my pores and texture more. It doesn't do any blurring. I love Rare Beauty's highlighter, so I was so excited when this glowy blush came out, but this is so metallic-y and sparkly. If you use a little in moderation on top of another blush, you can get it to look pretty. I just don't recommend this if you're looking for a glowy blush. There are so many other options that are just gonna be more flattering. Because of how metallic-y and glittery this product is, it does emphasize pores and texture in that area. And I know I keep saying that about products, but like products that do that, automatically a turn off. I like this area to be blurred, and this is a problem area for a lot of people. A lot of people have pores and texture there, so why emphasize that? Also not a fan of the one size powder. This is a blurring powder, however, this is a very thick and heavy powder. If you have any dryness on your face at all, this will cling to your dry patches. This is Danessa Myricks new Radiant Blurring Balm. This is the Radiant one. The original one blurs. The Radiant one does not blur. It actually does the opposite. The radiance in this product, when you put it onto your pores, it highlights them. It does not blur them. YSL eyeshadows. These are a beautiful formula and they have beautiful packaging. However, it is not worth the price for 4 eyeshadows. A $70 eyeshadow palette. Even with the sale, it is outrageously expensive for 4 shades. Please just get a giant palette like the Patrick Ta or the Makeup by Mario. Get a bunch of shades. Don't get this. Not gonna lie, it does look really cute sitting on your vanity, so if you do want to use it as decoration, I'm not gonna hold it against you, but it's not worth the money. Huda Beauty Concealer. This is a very full coverage concealer. The coverage is there. However, under the eyes, this feels very thick like paint. It's cakey, and I feel like it never fully absorbs into my skin. It kind of separates and cakes up. Also, just don't recommend the Hourglass Concealer. I know this is like such a popular concealer. If your under eyes are on the drier side, I don't recommend. There's no hydration in here. This makes my under eyes look drier than they already are. Sorry, another Rare Beauty product. I love Rare Beauty, but it's their finishing powder, and I don't hate this powder. There's just no reason for it, I guess. It doesn't really do too much. It doesn't set my face. It doesn't really blur as much as other powders. I just never really have a use for it in my makeup routine. Again, not a bad powder. I have used this before. There are just other powders that I would recommend way before this one. And lastly, we have the One Size Blush Trios. Unfortunately, I'm not a fan of these formulas at all on all 3 of them. The highlighters are very shimmery. The powder and the cream blush are super pigmented and hard to blend. I don't mind that they're pigmented. I like when products have pigment. However, when they're hard to blend and pigmented, it's just so hard to work with. Morphe just came out with something very similar that I am obsessed with for $19. I would just save your money and get that. And that's everything. I mean, no hate to these brands. I love these brands so much. Every single one of them. I love the products. If these products work for you, that's amazing. They just didn't work for me. I have normal to dry skin, texture, and pores. I'm just hopefully trying to save someone some money so that way you don't have to go through the same thing.